What is going on, Jay Bears? Andrew J here. Welcome to episode 14 of the Jay by the Bay podcast. I'm excited to be sharing today's topics with you. As always, remember football news, football conversations, football year round. I'm excited to be here today. As always, joining me on Monday is the one and only Blair Cologne. What is up, brother?
Not much. Had a very fun weekend with the kids this weekend, getting ready for my oldest to start some school. So he's super
Back to
excited.
school.
But oh, yeah, back to school. Twins will be going next year. So I'll be kid free for a little bit during the week. It's going to be odd, but I love it. They're super excited. Had a great day, great weekend seeing some Spider Man over the weekend. So had a great time. And now on vacation all week. I'm
I
ready
love
to
it.
have a great vacation this week.
That's what's up, man.
Yep.
All right, man. Excited to dig in today. With that being said, let's get into it. All right, so preseason. We got the first preseason week officially under our belt. Some really nice games. I mean, to be honest, I know some players that really stuck out to me. Some games that just really stood out. Like what in particular? I know we were talking a little bit last night, but like what in particular? Which games really like stood out for you?
The first game that I think we should talk about, Pittsburgh and the Packers.
That was a good
With
game.
a quarterback battle going on there that probably is in the future. It's not going to be this year because obviously Aaron Rodgers is their starter. But going into next year, looking forward ahead, the Will Howard, Drew Aller going back and forth. I am real curious to see where that can land because you talk about a guy with Will Howard that coming out of college, national championship, led that Ohio State team, had very good year with Ohio State. Um, just I thought all the signs pointed that it's probably going to be Will Howard taking that team. And even when he was getting drafted, if you remember John Gruden's quarterback camp, on his episode, he said he never understood why Will Howard was not considered an elite quarterback, why he wasn't being considered for a higher draft position. I think he landed somewhere great with Pittsburgh. But
He
then for
did, but
this,
the
go
fact that
ahead.
he was a six rounder. I mean, I thought he was a late third,
Yeah.
early fourth, the latest. But yeah, the fact that
And
he went to the sixth round.
and
But
you
yeah, I'm
look
sorry.
at all the like non-stats things that you can't put on for a person. He's tall. He has mobile. He can be mobile when he needs to. I think a
He's
lot of
got
people overlook that.
he's got like that Josh Allen build.
Yes, and that's what I said. I was like Pittsburgh basically landed their Josh Allen or their Ben Roethlisberger 2.0 to me. That's what I saw. I was like, for an upside to say like, yeah, we think you could be Ben Roethlisberger. That's huge compliment for someone. And I thought he landed somewhere that they've proven that they will put pieces around. And you're in an environment, you're in an organization that they're not joking about anything. It's football for
Oh,
them.
they
They
develop guys all the time.
they surround you with those pieces and they don't look at Mason Rudolph's career, career backup. They haven't even moved on from the guy because the guy just does the right things. So Will Howard, I feel like landed somewhere great, but I think him and Drew Aller, it's going to be a crazy quarterback battle next year because Drew Aller in that game, I thought for as much as they gave Will Howard a chance to succeed, I think Ryan McCarthy was laying his cards on the table right there, like, this is my guy. And I'm going to show you why this is my guy. Because some of the play calls, I was like, man, this is just tailored for Drew Aller. Where were
Well,
these play calls for for Will Howard?
they both showed out too, and we were both talking like Aller himself, but then also Will Howard. I'm surprised they both did so well. They did with how atrocious
Yeah.
that offensive line was. I mean, the offensive line was
Yes.
terrible. Even I mean, Troy Flatano, who's their starting left tackle. I mean, he had two penalties on offense.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the fact that they did. I mean, you look at. I mean, Will Howard 7 for 9, 86 yards. I mean, he looked poised. He looked
Yeah.
fantastic. I mean, Drew Aller 10 for 13,
Yeah.
153 yards, two passing touchdowns, and then he
And
even
the
had that
rushing
rushing
touchdown.
touchdown.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, for how bad the pass protection was, I mean, the decision making was incredible for both of them.
I
So, I mean, yeah.
agree.
I mean,
And
for a Steeler fan, I mean, they got a lot to look forward to.
I agree. And I think for either quarterback, it doesn't just keep going out and balling in the preseason. Just keep going out and balling because we said it last episode with Carson Beck. Like even if it's not this year and it's you get your chance further down the line, other teams are watching and seeing the poise and the decision making and all the intangibles that you look for, that you're probably going to get a call at some point. Or, Pittsburgh might get a call like, hey, we need a quarterback here. Now they're looking at, well, we have two quarterbacks who might be able to move on from somebody. And then Pittsburgh gets some draft or a young player back
Hey,
move
you're
on and you
showcasing
get your
showcasing
and you get
yourself.
your chance. For me it was always just that, like, I don't understand why Will Howard is in this situation. And I think, new coach comes in, wants his guy, and McCarthy said Drew Aller was his first guy that he actually got to take. um it just shocked me. It really shocked me, especially going after Drew Aller, because that was at one point that was considered an elite quarterback to get, that he was going to come in and be a starter. So for both of those guys to be bench guys, hey, and I mean, there's nothing wrong with healthy competition either. Nothing wrong with some healthy competition.
It's the highest
You know what
level.
I
It's
mean?
you welcome the
Um,
competition.
exactly. So I think for both guys, it does show that in them as well, that they're able to have this competition, go forward with the competition, and ball out on both sides. I want to see the next preseason game for them. Who gets the nod to start the game? Because only one starter can start. You know what I mean? So I want to see who gets that chance. And now if they're going against potentially ones and twos versus twos and threes, I want to see if they're the same. Maybe some more designed blitzes come. Maybe a defense throws out some different packages that they might not be accustomed to seeing. And if they ball out right there, then like going into next season, well, we know who our guy is, and maybe
Yeah,
both guys ball out again.
I,
But
I mean
that,
it's I mean I'm really excited to see like what they can do. I mean they're both phenomenal talent. I mean they both had successful college careers. So I mean it's hard because it's Pittsburgh, but Pittsburgh.
it's
And
especially
it's
hard for me. I Ohio State, Will Howard, and I remember getting a text message from my friend, and they're like, "Hey, we're taking Will Howard in the sixth round." I'm like, "No, you're not." I was at work when it happened, and I saw it on my phone. I'm like, "Really? Like Pittsburgh's taking him and Captain Jack? Like,
and
okay."
then you get Drew, and then you have Drew
And
Aller,
then Drew Aller.
out of Medina, Mr.
I'm
Ohio.
like, are you kidding me? And if it works out for him, good for him. But it's just another moment in Brown's history where you go, well, you didn't take the chance.
No, you didn't. I mean,
You didn't take the chance, and here we are with our situation.
well, but okay. So I mean, yeah, like I said, I mean, Packers Steelers. That was a good game.
The the
One that
only
I had,
thing, the only thing the last thought on the Packers Steelers thing, the penalties, that they
it's
got to
it
clean
was
that up.
10 penalties for like about 121 yards. Yeah,
That and it
and that's
was
some of that was first team.
and
Those are the
and it,
starters.
and it was the first half. Like, we were texting back and forth. We were like, "What is going on? This is crazy." But new team, Ryan, new head coach with McCarthy implementing new stuff. They're gonna have an exciting year. Obviously, it's Pittsburgh. But yeah, that was my final takeaway on that. Was just how many penalties that they had. I thought I was watching the Browns game.
Well, they didn't fare too well either. But were you able to? So I like the Rams Chiefs. That was a great game. A lot of, and these are two teams that are expected to compete
Yeah.
this year, and the fact that they had some rookies that were just showing out. I know. Well, so Emmett Johnson, this is a guy that I was high on coming out of college. 6th round pick out of Nebraska. He looked like Isaiah Pacheco out there. He even wears number 10. I mean, this guy was explosive. So he had 12 carries, 59 yards, 3 catches, 10 yards, which was on 3 targets. I mean, he had this burst. He had the same explosive burst that Pacheco had that rookie season when they went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Ran hard, ran physical. I mean, this guy looks like the real deal, and I think they find a spot for him on that offense right away.
Yeah.
I know they have Kenneth Walker the third, but they
Hmm.
find a spot for him. Another person for Kansas City that stood out was Cyrus Allen, who's a fifth-round pick out of Cincinnati. Supposedly, he's Patrick Mahomes' number one target in camp. I mean, he only had 2 catches for 20 yards, but like he created the separation. Supposedly, Andy Reid even said he was setting up his own routes. Like you got a couple options when you're running a route.
Right, right.
He was setting up his own routes according to Andy Reid, and he was making the correct read. So I mean, it just rookies certainly don't, rookies normally don't do that. Certainly not fifth
Yeah,
rounders. So, I mean, and just his hands look good. So, I mean, the fact that Kansas City might have found another receiver like that in the fifth
yeah,
round, I mean, and then the Rams, you see Ty Simpson? I
yeah.
mean, easily the best quarterback, this
It,
week.
I was surprised with him. I mean, like they were saying in that game, like he looks ready to go.
He
He
looks
looks
like an
ready to go
NFL
right
quarterback.
now.
He
And
looks like he belongs.
it's just another testament to like there's some young talent quarterbacks that are coming in right now that it blows my mind that the gap separation are like coming in and like the learning curve they're not getting hit with it that hard, like they're just coming in ready to go. So yeah, I did
No, and
see
I
that with
mean,
the Rams.
yeah, I mean Simpson though, great command. He hit on almost every throw. I mean, another one, 21 for 25, or yeah, 21 for 25, 190 yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, he had a 125 passer rating for crying out loud. I mean, he looked poised and accurate. I was kind of knocking the pick at 15
Yeah,
13 when it happened, but I can see Les Snead was he did his homework on this guy.
and
But
I
then
mean he gets a year to just sit and watch
he's got a year or
Stafford
two sit. I mean, that's
and
ideal.
and
That's how you
develop
do it.
some chemistry with his receivers, and you still got an elite defense. I mean, watch out. Like, I mean, that's crazy.
And then, I mean, so the Rams, they have arguably one of the most underrated offensive lines. It's a top five line. A lot of people don't pay attention, but they might have found another undrafted rookie on the line, Austin Blasky. He played left tackle and center. He played 54 snaps at left guard this first week. He rated Pro Football Focus rated him 80.9. They gave him an 80.9 grade. I mean, this guy, I look back at tape. I mean, his run and pass blocking just look phenomenal, and he's
Yeah.
just versatile. Like I said, he played left tackle, center. Left guard wasn't even really a position he played in college. So I mean, this is a guy that's going to make a push. I mean, he looks like another lower round undrafted pick offensive lineman by the Rams that's just going to hit. And I you know, being a Browns fan, I wish the Browns could do their homework on the offensive line and draft some of these guys like this.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, just a great game. Zach McPherson was a guy on defense, a cornerback. He's a little bit of an older guy, 28. He's 28. He's another guy graded out 80.7 by Pro Football Focus. I mean, 0 receptions allowed. He had 1 pass breakup. I mean, just his coverage was superb, and he just nearly had an interception in the second half. Just another guy, picked him up. I think they
Yeah.
picked him up a couple of days ago. He hasn't been with them the whole camp.
And
So I mean, just
I mean, you look at it, it's two teams that have elite level coaching too, with Sean McVay and Andy Reid. So all of their young guys that come in, I'm not shocked that they're able to just pick what's the best part of of that player and just make it even better. Yeah, and, like make that player just even better because they've done it before with so many guys. Um, and if the Rams are adding already to already loaded team that they got, like look out because I'm sure you saw Aaron Donald was working out again with them.
I think
So
it's inevitable that he ends up.
yeah,
He's going to be
it,
coming out of
it
retirement.
doesn't matter. It's just a
It's
matter
not
of
if, it's
when.
when.
Yeah, but I mean for both guys, like and if Andy Reid is finding these diamond in the roughs on offense, like look out because that was my biggest question going into the year for Kansas City was some of their offense. But if they're finding these wide receivers that they're finding and targets for Patrick Mahomes and another running back as well, like that's you're going to be talking about Kansas City and the Rams for many more years to come. and Andy Reid
And then
and Sean, like, and they're
they
gonna,
might have this another quarterback now.
yeah, yeah.
They could just
It's
keep going, keep
holy
another
crap.
10, 15 years of
Yeah,
success.
and it's crazy because even the Rams weren't they at one point thinking of moving away from Sean McVay? That they were in talks
I
of
don't
like
know.
they didn't know.
I don't think he was necessarily ever on the hot seat, but I mean, I think there was kind of like just because they weren't really doing anything else after the Super Bowl. But
Right.
I mean, I think those are just kind of rumors, but I
Yeah.
don't know how true they were.
But I mean, look out for these two teams because I think they play, and we talked about it. Don't they play in the regular season as well? They have a regular
Uh,
season game.
they don't play in the regular season,
Oh, they don't.
but could be a potential Super Bowl preview.
Hope not for my
But
picks, but
what else you got? I know you were talking about Cardinals Raiders.
yeah, I just another game where two young guys got to show out. I was very impressed with Kobe Brissett. I think he heard everyone talking about Carson Beck because
Sorry.
I think
Yeah,
he
he's like,
was,
what about me?
yeah, I think he was like what 5 for 5 with like I think he was like close to 100 yards. Was he the
Well,
one
give
that threw?
Gardner. He
Wasn't he
was,
the,
but
was and Gardner Minshew? Gardner
give
Minshew's
him
like
some love.
don't forget
Four,
about me.
14 for 16. 14 for 16, 101 yards, 2 touchdowns.
And
I mean,
for me, that stood out because I was like, man, this Arizona offense, I think it's for real, real
and
for
I mean,
real. Like
Jeremiah Love looked good too.
he did.
He's I mean, and I'm not trying to speak too quickly. You know, the way he was striding and running down the field, he had that one
Yes,
nice break. He looked like
yes,
Adrian Peterson.
he
That's
really did. He was lighting it up. Now, did I see something where he's dealing with a small injury or no?
he's got a little bit of a calf injury, so
Okay,
I think that's it for the
yeah,
preseason. So they're
yeah,
just gonna as a precaution. I think they're gonna rest him the
but
rest.
I mean, I don't think it matters because
You
the
saw what you
Cardinals,
got from him.
yeah, and the Cardinals offense right now just looks like it's firing on all cylinders, and we're in their second preseason game. So
I'm t- I'm telling you, I'm really looking forward. I'm looking forward to seeing this off. This offense is looking very underrated. I'm not saying that they're going to be, like I
yeah,
said, they still have them as a 3-14 team, but this is an offense that has so much potential.
yep,
It's not even out of the question. They might not be top 10 this year, but it's not out of the question that they're a
yep,
top 10 offense from years to come. After
and
this, once they start developing, clicking,
yeah, and I think Marvin Harrison Jr. getting that touchdown catch this early
get some
on
get some
builds his
confidence,
confidence. The
get
guy
builds that
is
chemistry.
yeah, he's an elite level wide receiver. I really think he is. And I know he's dealing with his drops and production wise, it wasn't what you expected. I think once he gets comfortable, once he gets that confidence going, you're gonna see the Marvin Harrison from Ohio State. He's just too talented of a guy that for that to be not happen for
He
him.
is. I mean,
So
that's the potential is undeniable. It's
yeah,
there. He's still got to prove. He hasn't lived up to the fourth overall pick hype by any means. But like I said, everybody's knocking for the drops. The 2 seasons he's played, combined 9 drops. There's Jamar Chase has more drops. Jalen
hmm,
Waddle has more drops. I think Justin Jefferson has more drops. So there's other elite talent that have more drops than him.
yes,
So they're knocking him. Yes, he's got. It's a mental issue. He's dropping passes at camp, but he's also been. He's playing well. He's playing better at
yeah.
camp. He showed it in this game with that touchdown catch. So it's like I said, I think they're fine there. I
And
think
now
he I think he works through it.
he gets the chance, like, let's say he has Jacoby all year, and then they move on from Jacoby, and it's whoever they decide. He gets a chance to build that true chemistry with somebody. You know, he had the Kyler Murray stuff going on. Like it's a lot to expect from him,
Yeah, you
and
gotta
and
adjust to those quarterbacks.
and people are like, well, you're the number 4 overall pick. Like you should be catching everything. It's like, dude, you know, I can't control where the ball is thrown at. I can't control that. Like I
I
can
mean,
only control, but you know what I mean?
to be fair, Josh Gordon had like 4 quarterbacks throwing him the year that he had like
Yeah.
1,600 yards, but he was also a freak of nature.
Yes.
But
But you know what I mean? Like it's got to be a challenge, and when you're that high of a pick, like you said, and you have expectations,
You got a lot of eyes on you. I mean, you
You got
do.
a lot of
It's
eyes on you. So, but yeah, and I was very impressed with the Raiders as well. I mean, Mendoza. I wish that game I could have watched the whole
like
thing, but man, Mendoza, I get it. You're gonna have Kirk Cousins as your starter. I understand that you don't want to just
but
throw Mendoza into the fire, but
but again, that's this is how you do it. This is how you
yeah,
properly do it. But his
yes,
throws like crisp. His
hmm
throws really good. I mean, just poised. The command was there. I mean, just 10 for 16, 97 yards, a touchdown. Just he was throwing in the tight windows. Just
yes,
he, he, he looks good. I mean, the timing's there. Yeah, I mean, he's got some anticipation issues to work on. He's a rookie. He's a
yeah,
rookie.
yeah.
I think I'm not speaking too soon, but I think the Raiders possibly have their quarterback here. But
I,
he definitely looked like someone that should be out there.
I do. I think that they do too. I think that whatever you get from the Raiders this year, you're looking at next year. And I mean, go add some pieces for him. Go add something for him. Build up your roster because I think the Raiders have found their guy.
Well, and then
He looked
I mean,
so in command.
I think they need to add some. The receiver room really, it's a concern for me. I know they got Brock Bowers, and then it sounds like it looks like they're
Yeah.
finally utilizing Michael Mayer, who's the second tight end, but who can also probably start
Hmm.
on a handful of teams. But I mean, Mike Washington Jr., their fourth round pick running back, that's going to be a 1-2 punch with him and Jonte in the
Yes.
backfield. I mean, that's a guy that runs hard. He's got 4.33 speed. I mean, powerful, fast. He broke that 53-yard run.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on that guy. That's You heard it here on Jay by the Bay. Mike Washington Jr. could be a gem in fantasy football. That's a guy that might be someone worth taking in the backgrounds.
Yeah.
You heard it from here. But that's there again, just like the Cardinals, though the Raiders have a lot they have a lot to look forward to.
Yeah.
I mean, I have them winning 6 games this year. I got them going 6-11, but I think the future is bright there.
Yeah. And both of those teams, when we were coming into this year, I was like, let's see what they do. But man, after seeing that, ooh, it's it just shows some of the like young talent coming in because we've talked about so many young guys and they are going to be elite guys because they don't have the names going into the year, but man, when they get the chance to play, it's going to be something exciting to see.
It is.
Just
I mean,
really is.
keep hitting on these guys. Keep signing the right players. And then just let the team just click. Let them get on the field and just do their thing.
Yeah.
But I'll say I was looking at the Eagles and Ravens game. I like that game. There's a lot of good talent there, a lot of young talent. Some of the rookies stood out for Baltimore. Joe Fagnano, who's a guy I actually liked him as like a sixth or seventh rounder. Ended up going undrafted out of UConn. I mean, he 22 for 28, 224 yards. He had that touchdown pass to Jacoby Lane, who also looked good. Yeah, he had a 97 passer rating, but he just didn't look overwhelmed. He looked like he adjusted well to the NFL speed. I know he's going up against twos and threes and some fours, but he looked great. I mean, but yeah, Jacoby Lane, he was getting hyped in training camp, and it carried over to live action. I mean, I truly think that. So he'll start off as like your third receiver. I think he pushes Rashad Bateman as the second receiver there in Baltimore. I mean, he has a chance to be a real weapon on that offense in Baltimore. I think they hit on that third round pick in him, and he looks good. I'll say that.
And that's another team as well that's dealing with a coaching change, losing Harbaugh,
Bringing
which
in Jesse Minter.
yeah, and Harbaugh is a person that I was paying attention to with another team. But yeah, like I didn't get to pay attention much to the Baltimore and the Eagle game. Um there just a lot of games happening and my weekend got crazy. So that one is all
It's
you were paying attention to.
Yeah. I mean, those are just to name some skill players. I mean, Baltimore, Olave Vega Ioane, I've been hyping this guy up. He's another one of my favorite prospects in the draft. Best offensive guard prospect since Quentin Nelson was drafted. But just outstanding technique and footwork. This guy, I mean, it's not even out of the question. I think he possibly isn't. He might not be a first team All Pro this year, not even out of the question if he's like a second team All Pro. I mean, he plays extremely physical. He's always looking to hit someone. I watched this one play where he hit three guys. He pancaked two of them.
Oh my
This guy's a
gosh.
rookie. He's a rookie. I mean, this is a guy. His last year at Penn State, he didn't allow. I believe he didn't allow one sack, and I don't even think he allowed one quarterback pressure.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, and then sticking offensive line, Philadelphia, Markel Bell. I don't know what's with all these good teams, getting all these good players. He's a 6'9". This guy's he's a behemoth. He's probably the successor to Lane Johnson when he decides
Oh
to
my gosh.
hang it up. But yeah, his protection looked pass protection looked good. Just I mean his pad level's a little high, but the guy's 6'9". I mean he's going to be high sometimes, but
Yeah.
yeah, he he looked good as well. I was looking at Jeremiah Trotter Jr. I remember his dad played with the Eagles when they went to the Super Bowl in
Yep.
'04. He had 5 tackles and a sack. He looks like a tackling machine. The guy was aggressive, playing sideline to sideline, just consistently around the football. His instincts
Yep.
were phenomenal in this game.
Yep.
But yeah, there's a lot of good guys in that game. But I mean, what else? What else you got? You got
So
another game for me?
another game that I was paying attention to was the Harbaugh coaching in New York. Um,
Okay, Vikings and Giants.
yeah, because I wanted to see Kyler Murray, wanted to see how that was going to look with the Vikings, and then I also wanted to see Jackson Dart and the Giants, obviously because I had picked them to come out of the division. Some questions I got though after that. I was one name I was shocked I didn't hear more of was Reese with the Giants. Like
Okay,
you said,
Norvell.
with Trotter just being around the ball always. I expected that first game, and I know it's preseason, so we take it with what it is. But he was the guy at Ohio State that I mean, he was around the ball all the time. He was around the ball all the time making tackles. For him to only have that one tackle, I was a little shocked. Especially because that's a guy that the Giants are going to be depending on to be part of their defensive leadership that they need
How
there.
many did he end up playing? Like a first half series, or
I,
was it
th-
just a couple series?
I think it was just a couple series that they let him play,
Okay.
so that's why I'm like, I'll take it with what it is. But it's just a name that I'm expecting to hear more of, you know, um, just for how elite he was. And then obviously everyone has been paying attention to Cam Scottaboo. Did you see his video that they put out where a lot of people are questioning his knee off that cut that he made?
No, what is it? He
So
didn't look
he was
like
coming off
unorthodox?
a route where he was going to be receiving. So he comes up and he makes like a small like post to the right. When he did it, it looked like his knee buckled a little bit under him. So it was like it didn't look like he
Yeah.
slipped. It looked like his knee was not strong enough to make that elite, like that quick, sharp cut that you need to make. He was in the game. They were running him. He looked fine. But if that is going to be an issue, his knee is not. If his knee isn't where he needs it to be, the type of running back he is, where it's physical, meet contact, you're not shying away from it, you're not making guys miss. I'm a little worried for him on that. Then,
Well, I'll tell you what. If that's the case, that backflip that he did at whatever wrestling
oh
event,
my gosh,
that's a bad look, man. That's not going to age well.
no, because he was slipping right there, and it's like, dude, you can't do that kind of
He didn't even
stuff.
stick it.
Yeah, like you can't do that kind of stuff, and like you're going into this year off that injury, and you guys have found your quarterback with Jackson Dart. I think he looked great in this game.
That
But you're
that
dealing,
touchdown pass was nice.
and you already have a wide receiver also that's got a serious injury that he's dealing with neighbors. So it's like, why do you want to put the eyes on you that much more? Like, are you taking this game, this leadership uh on offense serious or not? Like, what are you doing? But I thought that honestly, the Giants looked pretty good. I think offensively they looked really good. I really liked that
They
they
did.
were. I don't know if you saw that they were alternating series. Like one series it was Jackson Dart, then Jameis Winston would come in, then Jackson Dart would come back in, then Jameis Winston was coming back in. I really liked that. Uh, I think that showed a good coaching philosophy to do with that. That way,
Something.
both
It's different.
you know what I mean? Because it's like, well, both guys are. my guys. We obviously know who's going to get the start here, but I want Winston to get some work in with the starters because who knows? Like you
It's a
can't
long
prevent an
season.
injury. So if Jameis has to come in, I mean, Jameis is a guy that I would trust if you had to bring him in for a game or two, like with the Giants. But I really liked the receivers that the Giants had. I
Malachi
text you
Fields,
yeah, I really, he made that, like, he was the one that caught the touchdown pass from Dart, I believe, right? In the like back of the end
I
zone.
believe so.
Man, that catch right there that he made, I was like,
I
that is a nice catch.
I liked Malachi Fields coming out of Notre Dame. I really do. He's
If
just a big target. But yeah,
if
he built
Nate
that chemistry with Dart in that
if
game.
neighbors can get healthy and they got Fields and look out. Like that is a nice receiving room that they got built up right there. I just thought that even the Vikings with Kyler Murray, I thought he looked poised. I thought he looked like the Kyler Murray that you need if you're in Minnesota. There's games where Kyler Murray does some things where you're like, what are you doing? Then he's back to looking like a legit quarterback. I think if he can just look like this, then Minnesota's gonna be all right this year. Um, and I thought Addison looked good on the Vikings as well.
Jordan Addison, he did.
Yep.
Yeah, he did.
So I watched that game and I was like, this is a good game. I took from it mostly that I still believe in the Giants coming away with this division. I just think with Harbaugh having a whole
You're
year,
that you're that high on them, aren't you?
I really am. I really am. I think the Giants are going to shock some people. If they don't, I'll say if they don't win the division, I think they will be a wild card team. I do think
Okay,
that they'll
all
be a
right,
wild
all
card
right.
team.
I'm gonna stick to my guns. I still got them going 8-9, but I like what they did this offseason. Harbaugh, I like the Harbaugh hire. I think they drafted really well. They took Maui Goa, Harvell Reese, got Malachi Fields, Colton Hood in the second round. They drafted good players. It's looking bright for New York. Um, but yeah, we'll see. There's just I thought the offensive line looked okay. Run protection was good.
They the one thing that I said that they got to fix though, I don't know if you saw it, that blitz that happened on Jackson Dart where he got lit up. They got to fix that. They got to
Well,
fix
that's
that.
he
It
went to
can't
the
be.
hey, he went to the
You can't.
concussion tent, the
Yeah,
medical
it
tent.
can't be preseason. And I mean, he blew right by the running back. He blew, and it was a corner coming off that blitz. He blew right by that running back. So that's something that they got to fix because I mean, you can't have your guy with Dart, you know, getting hit like that this early on.
I
Maybe
think that might have been was that Dallas Turner. Dallas Turner
might
made
have
that
been.
hit.
It might have
So
been.
Dallas Turner. So like Jared Verse, Dallas Turner's only been in the league for a couple of years. Dallas Turner is another one of those guys to watch. You're gonna be hearing his name a lot. It's not even out of the question that he's a top 10 edge rusher in the next year or two. Again, I'm throwing these little hints at you, so let people take mental notes. So Dallas Turner. I told you Mike Washington Jr. But yeah, Dallas Turner, explosive first step. Incredible closing speed. I think that was the guy that hit Dart. So
I
I
think.
mean, that's he's a
I think.
monster on that
I
defense.
think. I think Cincinnati and the Giants need to talk to each other about how to keep their quarterbacks upright and what not to do.
Got
Because
to protect your asset.
I told you I didn't understand what Cincinnati was doing either. I didn't understand that. Like you're gonna have all your. I get it. You're gonna have your starters going. Joe Burrow gets hit 3 times. He's coming out of the freaking game.
Well, yeah,
But like,
and yeah, we'll
I
flip
couldn't
that game.
believe that.
Well, that was the thing. Burrow took so much pressure, and then Orlando Brown Jr., who's supposed to be Burrow's blindside. So, that's the thing. People are like, "Oh, well, you got second, third teamers." Like, no, these are starters. He Burrow took that third down sack, and that was on Orlando Brown Jr. Orlando Brown Jr. is the guy they're giving all that money. So, I do think that their offensive line is getting a little better in Cincinnati, but yeah, you can't have Burrow taking that much pressure in those games. That's why he was yanked so early.
I I told you.
That team's only successful with Joe Burrow. So if
Yeah.
he's injured like he was,
Hmm.
in the past, they're not going to do it. They won't do anything, and Zach Taylor's going to be out of a job.
And that's the thing to me is like, do you? what benefit do you gain from even putting Joe Burrow out there? Because I don't think you need to. He's one of those guys that like Josh Allen, obviously with the Bills. I saw. Didn't you say that he did a whole first half start, or was it maybe
Yeah,
first quarter? But
I think he did the first quarter, like first two series.
I can understand like I want to knock off the rust. I want to knock off the rust. But when you got a guy that's missed as many games as Joe Burrow has, I'm sorry, I'm not putting him out there. I'm not gonna do it because any sort of rust or work that he needs to get can happen with the co-practices that we run. Um, I mean, he's had Jamar Chase and T. Higgins his whole career. So what chemistry does he really need to build?
I mean,
You
that's a
know,
good point.
like
I mean, it is.
it didn't make any sense to me when he was dealing with a lower injury. You have questions on your offensive line. You have your backup with Joe Flacco. Like it, go the rust can get knocked off in different ways. I mean, he's making enough throws that I don't think Joe Burrow is. I don't think you're a Cincinnati fan. You're really worried is Joe Burrow rusty coming into this year, you know? So that's just for
Yeah,
me.
it's
There were just some teams that were like, announcing like, yeah, we're gonna have our starters. We're gonna have our starters. I love Josh Allen. I love Buffalo. I think Buffalo is gonna be a great team. It didn't honestly make it made a little bit more sense thinking about it to have him out there because you have more out there as a new weapon, build some real chemistry there. But there was just some teams that I'm like, I don't understand why you're chancing this. What benefit do you have
yeah,
from this?
and I think a lot of teams have adapted. Like Sean McVay is the kind of like the guinea pig. He was the pioneer that started the whole like not playing any starters. I think a lot of more teams are adapting that, but yeah, I mean it used to be was it the second game used to be second or
Yeah.
third game used to be dress rehearsal.
Yep. Yep.
So I think I do like them. I like seeing them out there for a drive. Obviously if your
Yeah.
quarterback someone's closing, just throw it away, even if it's intentional grounding,
Yeah.
throw it away.
Yeah.
But
Please.
I can't agree with you more. I mean, just when you are taking pressure like that, I think it's just get them out of there. I mean, I
Because
know it's a confidence, but
the reason I thought about it was so much was one when I told you like what is Cincinnati doing? Like what are they going to do from this? And then I see the hit on Dart. I'm like, well, if that was Joe Burrow and you get that hit right there, and now he's in concussion protocol, you're like, well, what the heck? Like what the heck? Um, because I mean that's just a hit that you want to minimize as many hits as you can get on your guy. And I mean, I if it was a bigger guy like Josh Allen taking that hit, and you're like, all right, well, Josh Allen's gonna sit up and brush it on off. He welcomes the hit. He's part of their run scheme. But when it's that elite and you're relying that much on a single guy, like you said it yourself, if Cincinnati doesn't have Joe Burrow, I'm sorry. It's going to be a long year in Cincinnati. And
oh,
I
yeah,
just,
I mean,
I just would want to keep him upright as much as possible, as much as possible.
yeah, I mean, like I said, Cincinnati, the offensive line, always it's obviously the weakest link on that team. I do think it is getting better, but yeah, I mean, they got to protect Burrow. Burrow's no good if he's on the sideline. I will say, so I'll throw a name at you, Seth McLaughlin. Does that name ring any bells to you?
That's McLaughlin. Why does he
Seth
sound
McLaughlin.
so, why does he sound so
So,
familiar?
so Seth McLaughlin was Ohio State center in 2024.
Okay.
So now he tore his Achilles before the national championship game. But he's All American
I do
center,
remember that now.
went undrafted. So he went undrafted. Detroit Lions last year, but he's now 100%. Achilles is healed. He started this game. He's looking good. He's actually pushing Cade Mays, who they signed from Carolina. So Seth McLaughlin, undrafted guy, might be starting, with Jared Goff on that Lions defense this year. Or I'm sorry, the Lions offense. I mean, he looked like an NFL center. I'll say that. And he's definitely pushing Cade Mays. I mean, this guy, pass protection looked great, looked composed. Another guy just adapted to NFL speed. It just so Seth McLaughlin, that's another name I'm going to throw out there. I think he makes this Lions team, and I think he has a legitimate shot at starting on that Lions offense. But Any other players that stood out in that game for you? I know
Uh,
Ahmed Hassanian on defense. He had 2 sacks.
the Detroit game, I didn't get a chance really to see. A game that I was watching was the San Francisco game.
San
They're
Francisco and
right. Yeah,
Tennessee.
I wanted to see a lot of the teams that I was picking on who I was going to watch. I wanted to see some of the young offensive guys, what they were going to do. I was shocked that I didn't hear Carnell Tate's name a little bit more. I think he got targeted 2 or 3 times. I have a big question mark with that now because coming out of college, a lot of people were saying like, did he benefit from Jeremiah being double covered and leaving him wide open or having these one-on-one chances? Now he's the premier guy for Tennessee. The
No, he
doubles are
does.
gonna
He
the
does.
doubles
You
are
know,
gonna come to you now.
well, he
So
does. I mean, now keep in mind though, he does have Calvin Ridley and also
mhm.
Wendell Robinson that they just signed.
I,
So I mean, there's some other guys there.
yeah, but that's what I just wanted to see if there was any chemistry between him and Ward to start it off real good. He had one throw I think in the red zone where I was like, I think Tate, I think you should have made a little bit more of an effort on that throw. Um, but the cornerback that was covering him, I think they said he has the longest reach coming into this season for a corner at that as a rookie. So like I mean, I think the kid was from Washington actually. So I was like, oh well, Tate has played against this guy. This guy probably knows the scouting on Tate. So I
Well,
completely understood that.
Ward wasn't throwing the most accurate balls in that
No.
game either. He looked very very inconsistent.
And then I really liked the wide receiver for San Francisco that game. It
John
was
Stribling.
yes,
They call him Strip
yes,
City.
yes. I
That's what
mean,
the
that kid
seven
looked
catches for six, seven
it
catches
looked
for 63 yards,
phenomenal.
8 targets. I mean, he had strong hands. You saw that one catch he had.
Yes, yes. I
I
mean,
this I that's he's a guy that I question that pick too, and he proved me wrong in that game at least his first game. I think San Francisco might have found. I think they could officially kick Ayuk to the curb and be like, all right,
yeah.
go. He looks like the real deal. He's been having a
He
strong camp.
he looked phenomenal. Looked phenomenal. I was like, holy crap. He
I
had
mean,
that one.
Just like Jacoby Lane. I mean, he's having a strong camp and he's just putting
He
it
had
in live
that
action.
he had that one catch where he was on the sideline that if he didn't go out of bounds right there, I mean, he was breaking away. They
Well,
said
the
that he
body
went out of,
control
I mean,
that was a
gosh.
that was I mean, it was body control. I think that was a third down. So that was a third
Yes.
down conversion. You don't
He
see that
looked,
from rookies.
no, he looked very strong. So San Francisco is going to be another team that with Mike Evans, Debo, and now him, I mean, that's going to be a fun one. It sucks that, uh,
They just got to keep them healthy.
yeah, the injury bugs. Like, hopefully, San Francisco can just stay away from all their injuries. Who knows? Maybe they're. Did you see that conspiracy theory that they think because of
With the substation,
where they're practicing?
I
It's
mean,
it's an
you got
interesting
to you
thought.
got to you got to question it though. Yeah, because of all that. I mean, it raises. They actually, I saw like a survey or something. Ever since that, they kind of did a survey of all 32 teams. Like, where's the nearest substation near like stadiums and that? And it was like it's actually. I mean, it's an interesting conspiracy theory.
It really is. Seeing as how many injuries come from San Francisco too, you're just like, oh well, maybe,
Maybe
maybe.
get rid of the
You never
substation.
know. But I thought that that was a really good game from San Francisco. Their
Yeah.
quarterback looked pretty strong too.
Well,
Forget what his name
defense.
is.
Oh, in San Francisco, Brock Purdy.
Yeah. No, he didn't play. He didn't play. It was Bork or something like that.
Um,
I can't
I,
remember his
I,
name.
I couldn't tell you.
You're good.
Well, I mean, that just shows you that with Stribling making those grabs. But yeah, I mean, San Francisco. I mean, same thing. But going to defense, Grayson Halton. He was given Peter Skoronsky, who's an All-Pro offensive guard, who just signed that new contract to become the
Yeah.
highest paid guard. He was creating all this disruption for Tennessee. It's probably why Cam Ward is being inconsistent. Yeah, I mean, San Francisco is they were that one team that I have like going 10-7 and having like a good
Hmm.
season, but missing out on the playoffs.
That
So
division is going to be insane. It's
that's
going to be
that's
insane.
the
Seattle,
NFC West is
it's
they're the toughest division.
I mean, I feel like with rumors of did the NFL say that they might do no, that was the MLB. Never mind. Take that away from me. Where the MLB was thinking about redoing the divisions, like each team, and I was like, man,
I think I heard that in
the
the Major
The
League.
NFL, what the NFC West is like, yeah, can we have that? Because if you're Seattle and you're freaking San Francisco, you're just like, what is going on? Like the division is just
Well, it's
loaded.
they kind of did that. Well, like NBA, they don't really do like the divisions anymore. You play the
Yeah.
teams multiple times, but like you don't have to win the division. It just goes by wins now.
Hmm.
But I'll give Joey Sly some love. So that's the Titans kicker. He went 4 for 4. He had 350+ yard kicks, one of them for 58. He had
Jesus.
13, he had 13 of the 19 points that the Titans had.
Sounds
So
like a Browns kicker.
so
Let's
there you
sign
go.
him up.
I'm I'm feeding people some fantasy up here. The Joey Sly could be a kicker to take in fantasy.
I
So
mean, I think with Tennessee is a team that there's questions there, but you have the potential to
it's there.
to have a good team.
They're
You really
making the right
do.
moves. I like the offense. Does look Cam Ward. I understand #1 overall pick. I wasn't incredibly high on him when he was being taken, but he's there now. He's a high
Hmm.
pick. You got Tony Pollard in the backfield. Now you got Cardinal Tate, Calvin Ridley, Wandell Robinson they just signed. So yeah, Peter Skoronsky on the line. So
Yeah.
they're building. They're doing all the right things.
Give them time. Just give them some
Exactly.
time.
It's a rebuild.
Yeah.
This is what a rebuild looks like.
One other team, and I saved it for last to talk about the Browns. I just Casey Concepcion. Look, I had a lot of question marks with him. I had a lot. I actually
I
liked
questioned the pick when they took him.
I liked what I saw. I liked what I saw punt returning. He had one where I think he got like a 20-yard punt return, 30-yard punt return. Looked really good.
31
Um,
yards.
and then that reverse that they ran to him where he scored our only touchdown.
He showcased the speed there. He looked
He
extremely
did.
fast.
And he had a couple catches where I was like, hey, if you can play like this, if you can play like this, and I think Denzel Boston only had one or two targets and he had the one catch. If we can look like that, if that's what the wide receivers can look like with Fannin, I mean, I'm not expecting much from quarterbacks this year. I really am not. I
Well,
think
Sanders had he had the you could tell too if you really looked at the tape. I think that there was some type of I don't know wetness on the ball because you could see him flipping it. That's where he overthrew through that
mhm,
interception. But I mean, it's the NFL. It's just
yeah.
bad decision making. You
I've
know,
I've accepted that I think Deshaun's probably gonna be the starter. I don't agree with it.
I would probably bet on it's going to be Watson week 1. He
And
has the edge, and I think
and
that's who
I
Monken wants.
Yeah. And I think that for me, I'm gonna be watching every Browns game, probably like most people, I'm not watching the quarterback. I'm watching the other guys around because obviously our quarterback's going to come from the draft. I just want to see if we have enough offensively with the weapons in our offensive line. Can we figure that out? Can the defense still look like a good defense? So that way next year when we do draft this quarterback and we bring him in, we're done with this whole who's the quarterback. We're done with it. And we can
So who do you want? Not to
finally
cut you off. Who do you want in the draft if we do end up going? Take Browns go quarterback.
I
You an Arch
really,
Manning guy?
I just think to get Arch, you're probably gonna have to be like probably one or two. Um, I've always been, and I've even posed this question to you, and it kind of is how I'm looking at Pittsburgh. Is it better to draft your guy early and then build him up, or go after a guy that is looking for a change of scenery? with Sam Darnold, JJ McCarthy, or any of the other guys that might be in a change of scenery, and go with them because they've been in a pro system and they've already been working. So you can already see what they're going to give you, what their true potential is versus going and getting someone like Arch Manning. And yeah, you see what he does at Texas and against these teams, but he's not playing in the NFL. For me, and using that draft pick instead of going to get Arch Manning and getting you another piece for that quarterback that you're going to be bringing in. Because I've always been on the stance of you can win doing that. And I think Seattle proves that by going out and getting Sam Darnold and putting pieces around him. So for me,
I mean, Cleveland has done that in the past. I mean, they've tried that. I mean, don't forget the Jeff Garcia year, 2004.
yep,
So I
yep.
mean, they have gone this route before. So, but no, I get where you're coming from. JJ
Gun,
McCarthy, that's
I
might
would
be an
say,
interesting guy there.
I would say, gun to my head, you have to pick whoever's not starting between Drew Aller and Will Howard is who I would want to go after if I was the Browns. And
I mean,
honestly,
unfortunately for Andrew Barry, I don't think he has enough time for that.
yeah,
I mean, I mean, depending on what he'll have this season, and then he'll have next season, and then yeah. So I mean, unfortunately for that, I don't think we'll see that just because of Barry's job, and he's going to do whatever he can do to push all his chips in the middle.
yep.
But I mean, but yeah, like I said, I mean, Concepcion, yeah, I wasn't entirely high on that pick. It was mainly the drops, but I mean, he really showed what he can do in open space.
Hmm.
I mean, as advertised. So I mean, if he could get the ball and hold on to it, I mean, like I said, they already have one receiver who, you know, drops the ball. Not naming names,
Yeah.
but
I was going to say, and I'm going to say his name. I think it's foregone conclusion that we can move on from Jerry Judy. I
you're already
really
saying
do.
that now.
I
You think
really
they can?
do. I really do think that you can move on from Judy. What what is the benefit of him being out there and not letting Denzel Boston and KC get majority of the time out there? I just don't think there's any benefit to it. I
Well,
really don't.
I don't even think they're going to really have a true number one or number two.
Yeah.
I literally think it's just whatever package it is. They're all going to
Hmm.
be out there. I
Like I
mean,
want to see I want to see those two with Isaiah Bond. I want to see what we got. Like if
I
our
like it. I
biggest
like Isaiah Bond.
I do too. And if our biggest question mark is who's throwing these guys the ball, I want to see what they can do when they don't have that ideal guy throwing them the ball. Because I think it says a lot if you're a talented wide receiver and you really have maybe a poor quarterback throwing you the ball and you're doing this, and then we bring in an elite guy for a quarterback, like maybe we bring in an Arch Manning, we draft Arch Manning or another young guy. Well, now you know who this guy is. There is no question going in week one who's going to be the starter. It's this guy. So if you're already that talented, I mean, I just think another benefit for the Browns to do this.
Yeah, I mean, go back to your point. So I have the Browns going 7-10, which I actually think might be a little high. Yeah, I mean, even at that, I don't think they're going to be bad enough to where they get someone like Arch Manning or Dante Moore. I so I think it is Watson. I do think that they end up seeing Deshaun or Shador Sanders at 1 point. So we'll see. I mean, for the sake of Shador, he's at least getting first team reps. He's at least they've been moving him around a little bit. I think before Watson now getting first team reps, but he did get some during camp. So we'll see. I think they both play at one point of the season. Hopefully, it's not to the point where you also see Dylan Gabriel as well, because that really shows you how well they're doing up
Oh,
here.
when they
But
when they brought that up, I was like, you've got to be. I mean, it's just honestly, it's the Browns, so it
well,
doesn't it,
like I
it doesn't shock me. But
like I said, just get it over with. Trade him to Atlanta. That way, you got three
please,
left-handed quarterbacks.
please,
Remember what I said. You got Tua Tagovailoa, you got Michael
yep,
Penix Jr., you got Dylan Gabriel, and I said just fire whoever you got as a quarterbacks coach, and then bring
bring in
in Mark
Brunell.
Brunell, be the all left-handers.
Just some reason they love all their left-handed quarterbacks down there, and I mean, did you get a
It's the
chance to watch
Stefanski
any of?
way.
Did you get a chance to watch any of the Atlanta game?
I tuned in a little bit. I mean, I did see some good stuff in there. Not for Atlanta. I mean, I mean, the defense looked terrible. I mean, I got it right here. I mean, so first half alone, defense gave up 69-yard
Yeah.
drive, 64-yard drive, 48-yard drive. So I mean, it just Atlanta really didn't look good at all. Now,
No.
a bright spot on that defense was a undrafted rookie out of Akron, Malcolm DeWalt the fourth. So he had 2 tackles. Yeah, he had good coverage. Ball skills were good. Another versatile guy. He could play corner, safety, throw him in the nickel. Other than that, I mean, that was all Denver in that game. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't see anything from
That's what I
Atlanta.
saw too. I was like, oh no. Oh no
Yeah,
for Atlanta. Cool uniforms. I like the red uniform.
I mean, Arthur Blank does do a good job. He gives some good colors and uniforms.
I'll say that Atlanta had some. I like those red unis, but yeah, I
Yeah,
was. And with
I
Penix
got
still
them.
not able to do even like full contact, I'm like, this is gonna be a rough year for Atlanta. Buckle up.
Yeah, I mean, the bright spot is you got Bijan Robinson, Drake London, and then you got Kyle Pitts. So I mean,
Yeah,
they'll have some entertainment on offense. Outside of that, yeah, I got them finishing 5-12 and finishing dead last in the NFC South this year. But yeah, man. But yeah, that's week one in
yep.
the books. We got week two coming up. You're on vacation this week, so
I'm
you
on
get on
vacation.
Thursday. So you're on week.
I
So you're able to do
I
Thursday.
will be joining you guys on Thursday. Super excited for it. I know there's a couple really good games going on Thursday leading into the weekend, games that I'm interested to watch. So I can't wait. It's going to be super exciting. Um, I'll fill you in this week on how Ben's first couple days of school go.
Yeah, let me know how that goes. Seriously,
Oh, he's
that's
so excited about it all weekend. He was like, "Dad, I go to school. Dad, I go to school." He even woke up today. He was like, "Dad, do I go to school?" I'm like, "Listen, kid, I'm glad you're excited. Let's keep this excitement for every year." Because man, I remember being in school and just summertime's coming to
just
an end, and you're just like, "I'm so depressed. I just want one more week of summer."
Big Ben. Well, tell Big Ben that Uncle Drew said, good
I
luck,
will.
and
I
then you
will.
tell him to go. You tell him to go up to the biggest kid and punch him in the face. And I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I don't
You know
condone
what?
violence with
He
kids.
might do it because he saw me getting ready to go to the gym to do some boxing. He's like, "Daddy, are you gonna go boxing?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "I'm gonna go with you." I'm like, "All right." And then he saw me working out downstairs. He tried joining in, and he's like, "I'm gonna get big and strong like you, Daddy." I'm like, "Uh oh, am I
I
breeding like
love to hear it.
a Rocky 2 right here?"
I love it, man. I love to hear it. Well, yeah. So I'm excited for that. They'll look good. So on Thursday we'll just be doing some previews, which games we're looking forward to, which players we want to see, perform well. Need to see more out of. But yeah, excellent rendition as always. Love you, brother. Thanks for getting on.
Love you
It's
guys
gonna be
too.
fun. But yeah, as always, hit that subscribe button, please. If you love
Yeah,
these episodes, you can check us out on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, and then please also check out the Instagram page at J by the Bay. But as always, love you guys, the J by the Bay faithful. It's always a pleasure. But until next time, God bless. Take care. See you guys.
see you guys.